Hi, what's up? You're watching The Sit Down. I'm DJ Sixsmith. Time to talk a little rugby. Chris Mattina's here. Rugby United New York's own. What's up, man?
Thanks for having me on.
You got it. You got the shirt and everything. It's been a good ride for you. What's the season been like for you so far?
Season's been good. We got off to a rough start. We lost to Boston actually in our first game, which was kind of a big rivalry. And it's also their first year in the league, so we played them in Vegas. Then we bounced back, beat Austin in the second game by a good margin, so that was a good comeback for us. And then we went down to Atlanta this weekend and played them. They were an undefeated team so far in the league, and we actually got the win on the road, 22-19. So it's been an up and down start, but we're kind of finding our rhythm now.
Now you got the big one on Sunday. It's on CBS Sportsnet. It's against Houston. What can people expect when they check it out?
I think it's going to be a great game. Houston has an awesome team. They're physical. They have a really good kicker in Sam Windsor at 10. But I think we're finding our rhythm now, and you're going to see some fast, exciting rugby. You're going to see a little bit of a kicking battle, but you can expect some really nice tries, and I think our backline is finding its groove.
So how have you guys grown? Just take me through it, because it's like all these guys from all across the world. You're put together here in New York and trying to build this thing out. What are some of the challenges in doing that?
Yeah, our team's truly a melting pot. We got guys from France, England, Ireland, all around the city as well, all around the country even. And you know, I think we're finding our way, but we've gone through a coaching change as well. We've moved our training facilities to Staten Island, so we train at Wagner College full time. So that's a little bit of an adjustment, but it's definitely a big step up from last year. I think navigating the city too. Obviously, it's a really big place, but trying to find our home and finding a place that we can train full time was, you know, a very important piece of that moving into year two. And now we have a really good coaching staff as well. So I think it'll take a little bit of time to get used to, but hopefully we peak towards the end of the season and kind of make a run at that championship.
So what's that commute like for you? You're living here in New York. How long does it take you to get out there?
Yeah, so I'm living on the Upper East Side now, and it takes about 40 minutes to get down to the ferry, and then we take the ferry over, which is about 20 minutes, and then there's a free shuttle to campus. So it's actually not too bad for what you're getting. You know, we get gym at 2 o'clock, then we get to do skills at 4, and then we have our training at 7 to 9 on their football field. So
that's a long day, though.
Yeah, it's a full-time day.
Yeah.
We're doing rugby is full time now, and but it's a lot of fun, and we get to be there in the gym working hard. We get to do our skills session, and then we get to just train with everyone. So it is a long day, but if you're enjoying it, then it's not work.
Yeah, I mean, you're doing what you love, and then we were talking off camera, like some guys have full-time jobs, like you're doing some part-time work.
Right.
What do you guys talk about in terms of just balancing life with everything else going on besides rugby?
Yeah, it's a bit hard, especially for the full-time guys. They have to do a full job, and then they have to come train at night from 7 to 9, then they got to go home, eat dinner, then do it all again the next day. So it does take a bit of, it takes a bit of time for them and a bit of an adjustment, but it is good to be together with the boys, and I think for them to go from work to hanging out with like some of their best friends and being able to just get that energy out of them and kind of just run around and play rugby, I think is a good way for them to kind of get work off their mind, but then be able to come out and do something special with all your friends. So
yeah, you start hitting a few people. It's a good stress reliever, help you to escape.
Exactly. Yeah, you get to hit the pads. We go live a bit in practice too. So we're tackling. It's a good way to get your mind away from everything that's not rugby. So you're really just in the zone when you're at training.
So when did you realize rugby was going to be your thing? Because like your dad introduces you to it. You're playing football. You're doing the rugby thing in high school. You're doing the club thing. When does being a professional rugby player even become an idea?
There's pretty much when the league started, which was about 3 years ago, and I never in a million years thought, when I was in college, that I was going to play professionally, or there was even going to be a professional league in America. I always wanted to kind of go overseas and play, which is where the leagues are very big and can make some good money. But now that there's a professional league here, a team in my home city, it's kind of all started to come together. And I was training at the Olympic Training Center with Team USA for a year, and I found out that New York was getting a team, and it was just an opportunity that I couldn't pass up on, and I decided to come home and play in front of my friends and family and represent RUNY.
That's awesome. So how do you think the league has grown over the last few years? What have been sort of the biggest things in your mind that have taken this game to the next level?
I think this year the expansion of the Eastern and the Western Conference has been awesome for us. Atlanta joined. DC joined, and Boston joined. So 3 major markets.
And those are big hubs.
Yeah, major markets, and I think good matchups for us. Like when you watch New York play against Utah, it doesn't really have the same effect as New York playing a Boston, New York playing an Atlanta, and I think that's been a major plus for us, and I think also the travel as well. So we don't have to travel to the West Coast, 8 times a year. Instead now it's just 3 times a year, and we get to play in our area. And I think they've done a really good job with how they've set up their teams as well and their programs, and it only has the potential to grow.
Definitely. It's pretty special for you, I would imagine, to play in New York, play at MCU Park. What's most special about playing rugby in New York?
I think just having my family and my friends there, and being able to represent my city. I was born and raised here, born and raised in Manhattan on the Upper East Side. Even on my way here, I saw my middle school class on the train, coming here. So it's like, it's kind of full circle for me. And just being able to represent New York and, a city that I've, grown up in and epitomized and been a part of my whole life. And